So they were just looking at what we could do for
We invited them
development,
to come
and
to a
they
meeting.
came up with the idea of transit-oriented development. You didn't.
Do you think I'm brainwashing people? Is that what you're insinuating?
No, it has nothing to do with brainwashing. When you pull somebody in, you show them a watercolor picture, and you say, "Oh, we got this great thing,
No, and they
transit-oriented
they
development."
visited communities that have actually been successful in these types of developments.
Really? Who did that?
Have you been to, which is a very different place,
which
but have you been
members?
to Blueback Square before?
Blueback Square?
Do you like Blueback Square?
I know a little bit more about Blueback Square.
That was the
than you
biggest
think.
rip-off in Connecticut.
Oh, okay.
They paid $50 million to a private developer of city money.
Do you think people enjoy going to Blueback Square, though? I guess that would be my question.
Check with Joe
If you look in the
Visconti.
parking garage, I would say no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's pretty empty.
Yeah. You could take a drive across West Hartford too.
What about a
Look at all
place
the
that's
empty
not new?
storefronts.
What about like a
Because,
Middletown? Do you like going to Middletown,
You know,
Connecticut?
when you come into a community and you promote transit-oriented development, there's only your local economy. That's it.
Sure.
So all you do is you move people from their businesses in the outskirts of town into the more expensive rentals with the promise that it's going to spur the economy. But it doesn't. It doesn't, because you
Well, we
only
actually work
have
with
so
local
many
entrepreneurs
Let
to
me
start
finish.
new businesses.
Let me finish. You think it's going to spur the economy, but you don't, because the glass of water only holds so much water.
Sure.
You have only so many people and only so much income in that environment, in that city. So when you take people and you move them and you use tax dollars to do it, and then you leave storefronts empty on the other side of town, all you do is a disservice to the taxpayer. You do nothing to stimulate anything, you just move it. You're relocating people and businesses to rail lines.
What if we are encouraging new entrepreneurs?
Because you want to get people out of cars, that's why?
No, I don't.
Well, you
Why
want
are you
more
going
people
near
to
rail?
rent?
What's that?
Why are you going near rail for low-income housing
Because we want people to
and
have a
walkable
choice.
communities?
It's a choice. It's about choice.
It's not a choice, you're taking taxpayer money for it. That's not a choice. Do you think that when they come to take my taxes, they say, okay, would you like to spend this much of your taxes on transit-oriented development so we can relocate everybody to rails because you believe in
Well, I don't
global
know why
warming?
you think I'm cannibalizing businesses. I'm actually encouraging entrepreneurs to open new businesses in this community. That's what I'm doing.
With what?
And I'm actually helping them with business plans and helping them go out and get private loans and doing all that kind of stuff on my time and my dime because I believe strongly in this community. So, I mean, we should probably sit down and talk to some of those members of your fellow members of your community that I've poured my heart and soul into working with over the last 3 years to make this place better. And we should talk to them, and you should see what we've done together.
Just because you condense the population to one area doesn't mean
I
you
don't
make it
think I
better.
said condensed. I said I was working with local entrepreneurs and mom and pop businesses to fulfill their dreams and to move into this community and start a small business.
All businesses, all local businesses you're working with?
Yeah, I've worked with a bunch of them. We have actually 7 local businesses that have opened up out of this process.
What about Center Mall Pizza?
I haven't had anything there with some Seminole Pizza.
Yeah.
Why? What's up with Seminole?
Well, they're across the street from the development. They got
Sure.
displaced.
I buy pizza.
What about Discount Food Outlet?
We actually replaced it with a new grocery store, and actually Discount Food Outlet, so you understand, was owned by a company called Pizzuto Companies, which is a multinational public company, as opposed to the People's Marketplace right now, which is owned by local and employs local and is not owned by big business. So, well, Sonny Moss used to own it, and he's actually still involved in it.
Well, there was actually another grocery store in there before People's Marketplace.
It was.
They got city taxpayer money, didn't they?
Well, it was a small business that opened here, though.
Okay. and
Small
what happened
business,
to
not
that?
a
What happened
Pizzuto
to that business?
What's that?
What happened to that first grocery store after Discount Foods got displaced out
Oh,
of
it's
the
very
mall?
public.
And a new.
They had
Wait,
management problems between
can I
the
answer
owners.
my question? They had management problems?
Yeah.
Okay, well, what happened to the business? That got
They
the
sold
taxpayer
it to
money.
a new operator who's running it right now.
The business went out of business. Or went out of
A
business.
new
and
operator
foreclosed.
that's going.
So Bristol taxpayer money went to a business that replaced another one. Somebody decided that it would be a good idea to give tax money to somebody to replace the grocery store because we need to have a grocery store in the downtown. And what happened? That person took that money and they put it in their pocket and walked away. What makes me think you're gonna not do the same thing?
Because I'm not here to do that. I'm here to make this community a better place.
Have you ever been to Maryland before where they did transit-oriented development? Because it didn't stimulate the economy over there either.
Where are you specifically talking about that?
I'm talking about the entire state of Maryland. What about Portland, Oregon?
It didn't stimulate the economy. So you have,
That's right.
You have records and
With that
proof as to
investment,
why
would you
it
like,
didn't.
would you like me to forward you some
Yeah, I'd
information?
love to check it out.
Okay,
I think you
I'll
should.
do that.
forward it to me.
You live here?
No, I do not.
Where are you
From
from?
New York,
Long Island?
originally.
You got a Ruby Tuesdays about 2 blocks from Glen Cove Development in Long Island, don't you?
I believe so. I don't
Still
actually
boarded
work
up,
on
right?
that deal.
Still boarded up? It's been boarded up for like 5 years?
I don't know.
Probably
Telling
didn't.
me something.
I asked you
Transit-oriented
something.
development showed stimulate the economy there either.
I'm not from this area, but I've recently learned about Agendas 21.
Yep.
And what you're all describing is something that may have happened in my area, Wheeling, West Virginia, and Steubenville, Ohio, where they came in the downtown, they spruced them up, and the stores still aren't really, it didn't help.
No, it's blighted, and then the money comes in, which is stealing from the local taxpayers for years.
It recently was
And
done
it
within
never-
the 10 years I moved
These
back
guys
to my
make a
area.
killing, and this is
Can
what
I
they're
ask
doing.
what your suggestion would be for them all?
Corruption.
I'd like to know that.
Corruption.
I mean, I'd like to have you folks come in and meet with us and talk to us.
Why didn't
I
you invite
am
these
Empty
guys
parking lot would be
Well, I
cheap.
invited
I
everybody.
was
in the
How about
here,
my
you were
idea?
here in January.
That's the hosting part.
Right.
Yes.
I never saw any in public invite to the people.
Well, there's been